Well, hello. You're most welcome back to some more Gimle battles. This time we will pitch two other winners against each other. The ISF Annihilation by our very hardcore submitter Imp, who submitted a lot of designs. And this is just for the record, I love these H-beams. But in any case, this is a Annihilation. X11 is a work in progress type of look, so it's not even made to look like it's finished. It's made to look like it's under construction. So what does it pack? Well, which would be really funny if this like wins the whole thing. Imagine being beaten by something that looks like it's not even finished. Well, in any case, it's a 2.2 billion almost, has not a lot of blocks, but has a good bit of firepower, but almost all of it is plasma cannons. So I think this is the only plasma main type of construction we have submitted for this little tournament. You can see the plasma guns beneath here under. Yeah, and it is a pretty, well, it's a pretty holotype of, no, not a holotype, it's a pretty front-sider type of design, but very lightly armored. You can see we got some frontal armor here, so it will not get hit too hard from the front. But basically, I mean, it's unarmored, 13% armor it has technically, but it's basically unarmored. It relies on being evasive. And yeah, it has some armor, but, you know, in the big scheme of things, it has very little armor. Well, this is going to be pitched against the Gem-Crested Starfall, and that is submitted by someone. Very funny. And so the user is actually called someone. This looks absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite lookers. With its very cool, weird crystal magic. I think I somehow missed this. Well, having fun, are we? And yeah, there is like, it's like a gigantic infestation of very large mannequins. But, well, and apparently, we should look at these guys. Apparently, I think they maybe shouldn't be dancing. I don't know if you have to have, like, I don't know if you have to have... I don't know if it's supposed to be the robots, or if it's some of the other characters you can have in DLCs. Anyways, I'm sure someone will let us know. This thing, in any case, does pack a good bit of firepower, 1000. Not as much as the opponent, but it has a real mix. So we have mainly APS, cram cannons, and lasers. And yeah, it is a one-sider, just like the Gimle class. Why change a winning concept? Again, the Gimle class losers are not participating in this tournament, except the best of the losers, but that you already have seen. Let us indeed check out here. We have some different... I love the deco here. It looks very nice. And I play on like the lowest settings right now, and that's of course because otherwise it will lag a little bit too much. We have a setup here for the crams, which is not too much health, 65,000. Well, maybe it's enough. We'll see, but they're gonna have a hard time hitting. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time hit because, of course, the Annihilation is pretty evasive. So it's probably gonna be a lot up to these guys, the APS system. So here we have Squash Head. So we have Hesh. Pretty low speed though. May not be optimal. but we have low speed hash going on there. But of course it won against the Gimle. If it can land a couple of hits, it's gonna hurt, of course. I wonder, however, what if we have another type of setup here, APS. Let's check it here. Seems like most of them is 100mm hash. Then we have some fast rail too, by the way. And here we have lasers. I absolutely like this. I love this crystal vibes. Looks very nice. And these azipods, they are absolutely amazing. It's a propeller azipod, but they're so cool. And oh, here I believe it's the fast rails. And I mean all the decos and stuff. There's such a creative use of mimics that I've rarely seen. You really get those fantasy vibes. So I just want to say I absolutely love the aesthetics of this thing. And that's why I'm also going to hope that it wins. I'm not sure it will, but I'm going to hope it wins because I want to see more of the aesthetics of this thing as much as possible. It's very nice. And I mean, the Annihilation is a very funny concept, but I don't know. Maybe this is closer to my style as well, so I just like it very much. Tell me in the comments which you prefer. And also the Gem-Crested Starfall by someone here is also pretty spaced out armor-wise. And we have real air gaps here, so if the plasma come from the side, I think the Starfall is going to do pretty good. But if the plasma comes from above, I think it may have some issues because it has, of course, like many ships, less armor from above at places. Anyways, let's get into the battles. We are loaded in here. So let us start the clock. And the Gem-Crested Starfall. This actually looks pretty cool with our weird paint job here. Anyways, we have a swarm of shells coming in here. Bam! The plasma is high speed. And a lot of it is missing. Most people seem to think that the winner of this tournament is probably going to be one of the evasive frontsiders. We'll see about that. It is in the lead. It really is. You can see it's bobbing up and down to desperately try to evade getting shot right. Alright. Get some... Oh, those swarms. Stacking plasma like that is a really good strategy. That is definitely how you should use plasma. Fire them in bursts, like that, and you will be penetrating deeply. The Annihilation is not untouched, however. The laser and those kinetics, the hash, most of them, it seems that a lot of them are reaching actually. The Gem-Crested Starfall is down to 90%, however, so it's definitely quite the tense battle. 89, look at that. We'll need to check out the Gem-Crested Starfall. See how it's doing. We got another round of plasma popping in there. You can see we are targeting the core. A main gun here in the middle has died. That's probably a big reason why the health is so decreased. Now, I learned something new actually a while ago, but I may have forgotten to tell you that. I thought that the percentage of health that you'll see, that also decides when you despawn. I was pretty sure that was just like based on a sum of all of the health you had on your ship. And so if a very high value block got killed, you lost more health. That's actually not the case. It is only based on how many blocks you have lost. So you may have a ship that's absolutely fine and surrounded by a lot of wooden tetras, like that. And it could then be possible that your ship just, you know, got low value blocks shot off, and thus it has a lower health, and thus it starts despawning. So yeah, in terms of health, it's just a like average percentage. So one wooden tetra block loses you as much health proportionally as one 7-meter duct heavy armor. I don't know, I thought that was pretty interesting. Looks like the Annihilation is at 95% and it seemed to be holding up pretty well. The Gem-Crested Starfall or the Gem-Crested Starfall, GMODISM needs to learn to speak proper English, but it is at 73%. Wow, that plasma is truly scary. Look at that, we lost another turret too. Bam, it's at this rate, it's gonna be bisected, man. This is really not looking great for the Gem-Crested Starfall. But we do see blocks falling out of the Annihilation. They are actually ducts, heavy armor, ducts and stuff. It seems, however, to not be able to damage it quick enough, and we didn't land a hit with any of the cram cannons. Not surprising, but would be pretty crucial that we can. If we, however, hit the right spot, it's gonna go pretty fast actually for the Gem-Crested Starfall to kill the Annihilation, because the Annihilation is an airship, basically unarmored, and like, not unarmored, evidently, but I do fear that the Gem-Crested Starfall doesn't have the best DPS right now due to the evasiveness of the Annihilation. So I'm thinking that the laser may be doing most of the heavy lifting, and the laser is of course damaged by now. Also, the Annihilation uses small missile systems, not as much to deal damage, just to confuse the enemy's LAM system and make sure that those LAM systems doesn't work as damage dealing systems secondary duty, as most people do set up their civs to do, which is smart. Annihilation is at 93% and Gem-Crested Starfall is at 60%. So I will be highly surprised if the Gem-Crested Starfall is able to turn this around. We'll see though. There can always be the lucky cram shot. If the Annihilation would hit the water of some unknown reason, of course, I mean, it's gonna go pretty quick for it to die. Well, while we enjoy this little battle, I will tell you big thanks to all the commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM who are supporting the channel every month. Commanders Ben Wilkie and Delphin, Lieutenants Ali, Anto, Cravey, Flores Dagan, Daniel Saikin, Owen, Parba Greed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Brell, and Scooby Rocks. And of course, to all our cadets. Now, the Gem-Crested Starfall by someone lost the first battle. It is, however, best of 3, and if you're new here, very welcome to the channel. I should explain that this is a grand battleship tournament where everyone participating basically beat my big battleship of 2.2 million. Now these guys will fight it out amongst each other to see which is the best one. And even though the Gem-Crested Starfall lost the first battle, it's best of 3, which means we'll have 2 battles more if necessary, and that will determine the best winner here. So let's see if the Annihilation perhaps was just lucky, or if it indeed is likely to win every time. Maybe the Annihilation got unlucky and won very slow this time. Who knows? Let's get into the next battle, and well done, Imp. I'm not surprised. You are truly a epic builder of like very advanced proportions. Second round is loaded in, and let us start the clock. These little repair drones are so funny. In any case, I'm just very curious to see. So we launched the first little plasma charge. Let's check that out. Yeah, doing some scary damage. And I'm just very curious to see. We're gonna be locked on here a little bit on the Annihilation to see the first couple of shots coming in here and see if they get any lucky strike. You can see when it's bobbing up and down, the slow speed of those APS cannons is, of course, yeah, making sure a lot of them is missing. So if you set the bearing aiming averaging to lower or higher, in this case probably higher, you could potentially, theoretically, disregard the bobbing up and down by making them just do an average elevation, making them actually hit a lot more often. We'll need to I of course, you know, this is just common knowledge, but I feel I need to do some more testing about this, so keep tuned for that in some empirical testing videos. IMP's Annihilation is still in the lead. I should also say that big thanks, of course, to any commissioned officer that has joined since this recording, and if you're in the ecclesiarchy of GMODISM, well, thanks a lot for supporting the channel over at YouTube memberships. The ecclesiarchy members can... whoa, that was almost a hit with the crown. They can anyways access videos in early access because you'll see them when I upload them, not when they're scheduled. Like, sometimes I record 3 Gimle battles a weekend, and then I upload all of them like on Sunday, and you know, normal people will be able to see it in the coming Friday, the first one, and then the next Friday and the next. But if you're in the ecclesiarchy, well, you can see all 3 of them on Sunday when I uploaded them. In any case. Oh, and big thanks if anyone joined the government yet. I don't know, I'm not really done with the government of GMODISM site right now and doing this recording, but when you're watching this, hopefully I am, go to gmodism.com and see all our links. You can join the Discord there, you can see my other channels, you can see basically everything. You can even contribute to like writing the future Steam guides there. Maybe we even published some other Steam guides when you're watching this, I don't know, but you know, pretty cool stuff there. We are like dropping... It's a little bit annoying that it's sometimes a bit difficult to see the actual damage state here, because this like sheet of metal is somewhat mimic based, so we don't really know how hurt it is. You can see there is like the actual layer where we're getting through. The Gem-Crested Starfall is at 80%, yes, but due to the build strategy, I do think it is in a pretty much better condition than last time. Because right now you can see that the laser is slowly eating through the layers here for the Annihilation. Oh, and the Gem-Crested Starfall is at 77%, yes. I think we'll probably need to check that out. It was just that I thought that perhaps the Annihilation wouldn't win this this round, but you know, I'm starting to change my mind here. It really looks like the Annihilation may be winning the second round after all. And you all know what that means. We're gonna have the third battle anyways, of course, so don't look at the time bar, it won't help you. And that's intentional. We do all the 3 battles so we don't spoil any one of the results. Oh, right. The Gem-Crested Starfall is staying pretty put here at their 70%. She's a strong combatant. Evidently, already winning a battle and stuff like that, you know? But the Annihilation, wow, that's a tough one. 93%. I wonder, like, what's the optimal strat to deal with the Annihilation? I suspect that it's actually probably bringing its own weapon against it. That being plasma. I think Incendiary is could be pretty effective too. Hesh not so much, but of course regular kinetic damage. Oh, and against anything evasive, laser. If the Gem-Crested Starfall wouldn't have a laser, I think it would have been GG a long time ago. Look at that front, it's just so much space. And this type of spaced armor, like Hesh can shred a lot of interiors, but this type of spaced front armor Hesh is not very strong at against, especially not small Hesh like this. It's gonna be an ace at killing compact armors, but we all know that bulk is the best armor. And if you don't know that, check out my armor tutorial, my little instant tutorial about armor. Gem-Crested Starfall fighting valiantly at 58%, and the Annihilation is actually staying at 92%. So let us... I almost don't want to watch this because I like the Gem-Crested Starfall aesthetically. And we'll see it getting shredded to bits and bits and bits, and bam, there we go. Big congratulations to Imp. The Annihilation X L1 X, I don't know, X, I thought it was X11, but now I see that it's XI1 or XL1. Man, it's XL1 because I can see an I there beside it. Thank you from depth for having a font that's readable. Is it just me, or is it immensely annoying that we can't know what's like an L and what's an I? Let's see. What the hell? Whatever. Let's go and check the third battle. GG, valiantly fought. I think the Gem-Crested Starfall would have a scary time in the losers bracket. Here we can see a good example of how thin it is at places, especially from above. Well, third round it is. So let us start the clock and see if the Annihilation was very lucky 2 times, or if it's gonna be the same results this time too. By the way, I'm not actually sure. Can we like... I'm gonna follow these missiles. I'm not even sure they are guided. I think they are. I think they are. It's just a lot of them is missing, but of course, when you see the stats, you know, they're not meant to be scary. 0.29 piece of... Oh, sorry. Sorry. And if we look at the Annihilation missile, defiant of missile is 84. It's a very small compared to the plasma, of course. They are mostly decoys, I know that. Imp has a lot of tricks up its sleeve, and it's fun to see them in action. Gem-Crested Starfall is behind in health this time too. The scary plasma is landing in the middle. And yeah, very similar results to last time. So there we are, I suppose. Oh, and I hope you have seen my efforts of de-AIing the channel. Right now I am doing it as of this recording. So perhaps, I don't know if I have had time to fix the end screen like in real time, but as of recording I have not yet done that. So hopefully that will be out soon. But do tell me, do you like it? Was it the silent minority that was so loud about a little piece of something AI something that was just very loud, or does that represent the general majority of just you know, AI was fun for a while and now it's just AI slop crap, so we just want to throw it out the window? Do tell me in the comments. Also, you know, if you want to help me out, write random shit in the comments. Just always write something. You can write hi GMODISM. whatever. Because comments tell engagement, and the engagement kind of decides how, you know, much a video will be shared and how popular it will become and stuff like that. So yeah, watching the videos, of course, but do comment and like. That really helps me out too. And the more, the better the videos are performing. And it's mostly my responsibility, of course, just making videos that people like. But the sad truth is that when people remind, like when creators remind viewers to like the video, they do it more often. Sadly, it works. I would like for it to not matter, but it works. And that kind of decides the success of the videos too. And that's a bit annoying, but yeah. That kind of then in effect also decides how much money YouTube will give me for the videos, and that will also decide how, you know, how reliant we'll have to be on the very kind supporters in the government, the hierarchy and the commissioned officers. The better the videos are doing, the less important it is with supporters. Right now, however, it's very important. So thanks a lot of you for you who are supporting the channel. You literally pay my internet connection, which is kind of expensive, but it has to be for me to be able to upload content regularly and not make it take forever, because I want my video files to be uploaded in pretty high quality. So if you want to watch them in 2K, you can. Since I record them in 2K, since I have a screen in, you know, that's my resolution of the screen. This battle is a little bit slower, it feels like. I'm actually wanting to slow down the time a little bit here. Let us see what's like. Let's see like real time these plasma bursts. Bam, you can see, bam, bam. Now they didn't hit at the same spot, but man, if the Gem-Crested Starfall was not such a spacious type of design, this would have been even faster. I feel like with some tweaks and configurations, Gem-Crested Starfall could have a chance. Well, you'll see the Gem-Crested Starfall in the losers bracket, of course. Naturally. It will have another chance. That is what double elimination means. You'll have to be eliminated 2 times. Well. Someone built a really nice looking ship. And that someone is a very special someone. That someone is someone. GMODISM, it's not even funny. Jump scare. And that's definitely not funny, but whatever. The Gem-Crested Starfall is at 63%, yes. And the Annihilation has proven that it wasn't luck. The Annihilation XL1 by Imp is simply superior in this battle. Which means that the Annihilation by Imp will meet the Helvetia by Cursed Crocs or the Pelargonis Overlord by Dalsha. And that will be decided in the next video, you'll see. I would want to make the brackets public sometimes, but I can't because then you'll be spoiled. I don't know, I don't want that. Yeah. Hard stuff. Well, big thanks for watching, of course, and enjoy my paper replica. Yeah. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Check out the GMODISM channel up above there too, and if you want some relaxing content, go to Relaxism too. This is your host, Eric of GMODISM, your Admiral, signing out. I'll see you next time, alright.